In the beginning, ignorance ruled my heart. I was raised under the burning sun of Arabia, taught by pious men whose voices thundered with certainty. They told me who the enemy was. They gave me a book, yes, it's a glorious Quran, but paired it with hatred for the people of the book. They said, "Despise the Jews, scorn the Christians. This is righteousness." And so, I believed. I was 17 when I finished memorizing all 114 chapters. The holy words flowed from my lips, yet my mind was chained by the interpretations of bitter men. I was a fortress, fortified not by God's light, but by walls of suspicion. Then, like a sudden wind in the wilderness, God tore open my certainty. At 27, I left the sands for the stones of Paris. There I encountered the children of Israel, not in stories twisted by clerics, but in flesh and blood. They laughed, they wept, they lived, and I stood transfixed. Could it be? I whispered. Are they human, like me? The knowledge burned. I learned their history, how they walked with prophets whom my people also claim. Daud, Suleiman, Musa. I learned that the land they dwell upon is not stolen, but their ancient inheritance. And the fortress in my mind began to crumble. I returned home different. My mother said, "This fascination will pass. In 2 months, you'll curse them again." 16 years have passed. It has not passed. It will never pass. Then came October 7th, blood on the vineyards, ashes in the music. Hamas, drunk with a dark doctrine, invaded to slaughter joy. They believed terror would break Israel. But death cannot conquer those who cling to life. So I stood up. I spoke to Muslims in London, in Toronto, in Amsterdam, in mosques, and in crowded halls. I told them, there is a difference between Islam and Islamism, between Palestinians who deserve dignity and Hamas who only crave martyrdom. There is a difference between standing for the oppressed and bowing to tyrants. But too many in the West cannot see this. They give freedom to those who would tear freedom down. They mistake wolves for shepherds. They chant "Free Palestine," but do not know they echo the slogans of men who train children to hate. So let me reveal a biblical truth, a mystery hidden yet obvious. The sons of Isaac and the sons of Ishmael are brothers. The God of Abraham is not divided, do you not see? The prophets we honor in Arabia bear Hebrew names. We name our children Daud, Yunus, Musa, names that echo the Torah, the Tanakh, the very books we once called corrupted. In the scroll of Isaiah it is written, "They shall beat their swords into plowshares, their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." I stand on this promise and defend the Abraham Accords because they are a seed of this prophecy. A glimpse of what could be. Jews and Arabs building together, prospering together, arguing even. But in the markets, not the battlefields. Those who hate peace, Iran's Axis, the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, are terrified because peace robs them of their power. Because laughter between an Emirati and an Israeli is more dangerous to them than any drone. And so, I keep speaking. Even if they call me kafir, even if they threaten. Because I have been to the other side, I have knelt with the zealots, spat curses from pulpits, and I say to you now, it was ignorance. It was darkness. Truth, facts, and divine wisdom set me free.
Act.
And if you stand with Israel, stand also with Palestinians who long for peace. Free them not from Jews, but from Hamas. Help them build schools, not tunnels. Help them teach their children that their first enemy is ignorance. To my brothers and sisters in Europe, in America, who welcome radicals in the name of tolerance, know this, they do not seek to assimilate. They seek to dominate. The same ideology that destroyed Beirut, Baghdad, Damascus, seeks new soil to corrupt. Do not confuse spiritual Islam, which bows 5 times a day in humility, with political Islamism, which plots even as it kneels. So here is my prayer. May the children of Abraham reconcile. May the prophecy of Isaiah be fulfilled. May swords become plowshares in Tel Aviv and Riyadh, in Gaza City and Abu Dhabi. And may we all, Jew, Christian, Muslim, learn war no more. This is my personal mission, and I will proclaim it until my last breath, no matter what it costs. Because I defeated ignorance with knowledge. I crushed hatred with truth, and I refuse to go back into the darkness. If this message stirred your spirit, subscribe to Ignite. Join me in spreading light even where shadows linger.